Hello, my name is Debbie Dwyer, and I am the 2009 Chair of the National Association's Risk Management Committee.
And I'm James J. Tigas, a.k.a. JT, Vice Chair of the committee.
Risk management is the utilization of policies and procedures designed to minimize or mitigate the potential for legal liability in the real estate business. These policies and procedures are no more immune to change than any other part of the real estate business. And just as brokers and salespeople must stay aware of the changes in the way the real estate business operates, so must they remain aware of the changing risk associated with that business and adjust their risk management practices accordingly. That does not mean there is a need for entirely new procedures every time something changes. Sometimes it is the application of tried and true means for controlling risks that are most effective. An example of this is the use of property condition disclosure forms with prospective buyers to control the potential for allegations by those buyers that the agents have tried to conceal or misrepresent the presence of a defect in a property. Even though complaints alleging negligent or intentional misrepresentation of a property's condition continue to be one of the more commonly brought complaints against real estate agents, documented disclosure has become an effective defense to such complaints.
We are all aware of how disclosure is used to control liability in the case of common issues, such as leaky basements or sewage system problems. But how can it be used to handle new issues as they emerge? What is it that creates a situation where disclosure should be used as a part of a brokerage's risk management practices? The first question is whether a new issue should be disclosed. The old legal principle of caveat emptor, or buyer beware, has largely been abandoned in the law and replaced with the duty of the seller, and by implication, the seller's agent, to disclose known material defects. A similar standard is found in Article 2 of the Realtor's Code of Ethics. Article 2 says it is a realtor's duty to avoid misrepresentation or concealment of pertinent facts relating to the property or the transaction. Factors which are considered under the law to be non-material are not considered to be pertinent. So what is a material fact? In general, material facts are those which a reasonable buyer would consider in making a decision on whether to purchase the property or how much to offer to pay for it. Does this mean that a particular buyer has to be aware of all of the facts which might influence those decisions? The answer to that is no, because in determining what is reasonable, a judge or jury will consider what a buyer would take into consideration, not necessarily what a particular buyer has inquired about in connection with a particular property. Knowing what a reasonable buyer would consider is your responsibility as the real estate professional in the transaction.
How do you, as that real estate professional, then stay aware of what might be emerging as material facts in real estate transactions? This requires that brokers and salespeople remain conscious of events affecting the real estate in the news, both nationally and regionally. Take as an example an issue that has been in the news recently: the use of a defective building material commonly referred to as Chinese drywall because of its country of manufacture. News reports have identified this product as emitting a foul-smelling odor which causes metals to corrode and possibly has an effect on the health of the occupants. Based on where lawsuits have already been filed, the use of this product was concentrated in one region of the country. However, the news reports on its use and the product's potential scope of use have been national. Those reports have appeared in newspapers, on television, on the internet, and of course, in your realtor publications. Are the issues caused by chemical odors emitted by Chinese drywall going to be significant to the reasonable buyer? If Chinese drywall is present, is it going to be a material fact? Can we exclude any possibility that it was used in our market area? Those are the kinds of questions which need to be asked each time a new issue emerges in connection with your business.
You know, it's important to remember that material facts are not just national issues. A situation can emerge which is unique in a local community or even just a neighborhood. And by its nature, it would be something which would be a material fact to buyers coming into that neighborhood. In that situation, it may be even more important that the real estate professional marketing properties in the area as either a listing or selling agent be aware of emerging issues of importance which affect those properties. That knowledge will be a part of the reason buyers and sellers are willing to pay your sales commission. Your lack of that knowledge may later be a reason they will want to sue you. To summarize, risk management procedures are a necessary part of your everyday real estate practice. Every dollar saved through those practices is one which will go directly to your bottom line, and just as importantly, will allow you to go on being productive rather than spending time trying to justify past actions. It is your responsibility to not only know the procedures used by your brokerage, but also to understand why those procedures function to manage risk. Then, when new situations or facts emerge, you can use that understanding to know how to manage the risks posed by that new fact or situation. Thank you for listening.
And we hope you found this time valuable. Thank you.